How many more people are going to have to get shot in London before Sadiq starts doing his job properly? Leaked info raises big questions about Sadiq Khan's next move. You're not going to believe what just surfaced. While the headlines have been focused on the usual political noise, a quiet storm has been brewing, and now a leak is pulling back the curtain on something Sadiq Khan may have hoped would stay under wraps. It's not a dramatic movie plot, but it has all the ingredients of one: secrecy, timing, and questions that hit right at the heart of trust in leadership. Welcome to Back Britain Unfold. Here's what we know. According to multiple credible reports, details have emerged suggesting a behind-the-scenes push inside London's political circles. A push that could have major ripple effects on policy, public perception, and the capital's future direction. This isn't a small side note in the news cycle. It's shaping up to be a focal point for political debate over the coming weeks. And the most striking part, the timing. Sources say these discussions, which allegedly took place over the past several months, were kept deliberately quiet. No public briefings, no press conferences, just carefully controlled channels away from the glaring lights of scrutiny. Now, before we go further, let's be clear, there's no confirmed wrongdoing here. But what's causing the stir is the perception. People are asking why this was kept low profile in the first place, and whether there's more to the story than meets the eye. It started with a single document leak, shared anonymously through an online political forum. The file itself wasn't explosive in content at first glance, but buried in the language, insiders spotted hints of a coordinated strategy, the kind of thing that makes seasoned political watchers raise an eyebrow. It mentioned message control, phased rollouts, and public sentiment monitoring. All standard political tools, sure, but combined with the fact that the public hadn't been looped in, it was enough to spark a wave of speculation. By the next day, political commentators were weighing in. One London-based analyst told a radio outlet, "This is not about whether the plan itself is good or bad, it's about the optics. If you're managing public perception this closely, you'd better be prepared for pushback." Social media lit up. On one side, supporters of Khan argued that strategic planning is part of leadership. One tweet read, "You can't roll out complex policy without careful timing. This is politics, not a school project." On the other side, critics saw it as a worrying sign. A Facebook post that went viral said, "If it's so great for London, why not just tell us? Why wait for leaks to force it into the open?" And this split reaction is exactly why the leak matters. It's not just about the content, it's about control and whether leaders are being transparent enough in times when public trust is already fragile. From a strategist's point of view, keeping certain details quiet until the right moment can be smart politics. It avoids unnecessary backlash before all the pieces are in place. But here's the flip side. In today's political climate, any secrecy, no matter how harmless the intent, is instantly suspect. We live in a post-scandal era where every private meeting or withheld detail gets framed as a cover-up. One former City Hall advisor, speaking on background, suggested this leak could derail months of careful planning. They've been working to line everything up: allies, media timing, stakeholder buy-in. Now that it's out early, the conversation will happen on the critics' terms, not theirs. The leak hasn't just raised questions about political strategy, it's put the spotlight on how media outlets handle sensitive political stories. Some papers splashed the story front and centre, framing it as a hidden planned scandal. Others took a softer approach, burying it under other news and noting that secrecy in political strategy isn't unusual. This variation in coverage is itself becoming part of the debate, with people asking if certain outlets are going easy on Khan, or on the flip side, if others are deliberately inflaming the situation. Even if you don't live in the UK, this story has echoes you'll recognise. It's about how modern leaders navigate public opinion, manage political risk, and decide when to let people in on the details. We've seen similar patterns around the world, leaders keeping policies under wraps until the perfect moment, only for the story to leak early and change the entire trajectory of the plan. The difference here is that this is playing out in one of the world's most watched cities, under a mayor who already has a polarising public profile. At the end of the day, this isn't just about Sadiq Khan or even about one particular strategy. It's about trust. If leaders hold back details until the last possible moment, even for strategic reasons, they risk feeding a narrative of secrecy. And once that narrative sticks, it's incredibly hard to shake. So what happens next? Will Khan and his team go on the offensive, explaining the reasoning and diffusing the criticism? Or will they double down, staying quiet and hoping the story fades? Because if this is just the beginning, the real storm may still be ahead. And London could be in for a political fight that reshapes the rest of the year. Stay tuned, because what will happen next might change. This was today's important update. We want to make it clear that our videos do not contain any kind of misinformation. Our only goal is to deliver true and verified news from across the UK, right here on Britain Unfold. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Britain Unfold channel. Thank you.